What's going on, guys? And I got another top thing going on. This is the top 7 worst exotic armors that are in the game. They probably really shouldn't be. That's why we're talking about them today. Now, the reason for doing 7 is because 10 I think is a little bit too much, and because some people have an eye for that silver lining in these exotics that I do not. I don't see that. So to not offend many people and what they like and what they dislike, I'm just going to keep it at 7. I think 5 is not enough. So that seems to be it. Now let's get on with the top 7. At number 7 we have the APOTHEOSIS Veil. Now, apart from it being pretty ugly, it doesn't have the greatest of perks. In fact, it has a lot of perks that most exotics have thrown into it. Like, the big exotic perk for this weapon isn't anything to brag about. That is, you are able to immediately regenerate all your health after activating your super. This can come in handy for like 2 things in all. One of them being Crota's End Raid. Of course, when you're doing Crota and beating him, you need to get some health, and this is the only time I would actually see people needing it. Other than that, PvP, Crucible, of course that's by itself. And when you use your super, I would hope you wouldn't need, or you wouldn't die at all when using it. That would be very frustrating and just kind of bad on your part. At number 6 we have the Glass House for the Titan. This is a helmet, and it looks a lot like a glass house. It's got the same color as Glowhoo, and it's the only thing it matches. So apart from people being very anal about how they look, this is not something you want to wear if you want to match it. So going away from aesthetics, it doesn't have the greatest perks either. The exotic perk, that's how I'm going to call it, is called Bathed in Light, and then its Blessing of Light and Weapons of Light last longer. Now, where are you going to use it? PvE, of course, and I don't know about you, but I would much rather have Helmet Saint 14 because I don't want enemies going in my bubble. But when I do have Blessing of Light and Weapons of Light on, you kind of just dip your toe in there, get it for like 10 seconds, and then go back in once it's done. Now the perk upgrades that to about 15 seconds, so yeah, relatively that is a lot more time, but when you're playing in a game, it's not all that, and the only time these 5 seconds would come in handy is in PvP, when you're throwing it on something, you need some Blessing of Light, get some more armor. But in PvE, you kind of just, like I said, stick your toe in whenever you lose it and get going. At number 5 we have the Knucklehead Radar. I noticed a lot of things in that a lot of the worst exotics, they don't look good. It's a bad sign. And Knucklehead Radar was one of the first exotics that I thought was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Knucklehead Radar has a perk that some guns have by themselves. The perk itself may be useful, but because some legendary guns have it, it's not going to make it a good exotic. Perk is you are able to see enemies, or the mini-map stays on when you're aiming down sights. Now, of course, it's pretty helpful. Comes in handy in Crucible, a little bit maybe in PvE, and the only dirt I have to rub on it is that there's guns with it. That's all I really have to say about it. Perk that you can get on a gun, and you don't need the helmet, and I think it just takes up an exotic slot when you could be using something so much more useful instead of this thing. At number 4 we have No Backup Plans. This is the jelly arms of the Titan, and they don't look good according to my friends. My friends absolutely hate on this thing. Whenever someone wears on it, make fun of them. I personally don't own them. My friends don't own them. I think they dismantled them all. And alongside that, because this entire video is just rashing on how these exotics look, perk just increases the force barrier by 5 seconds. The force barrier is what increases the health shield, whatever you want to call it, by 5 seconds. Whenever you kill someone with melee as a Titan, you're going to get like a health buff, and that lasts 5 seconds longer with this on. You guys can fill in the blanks, see how helpful that is or useful. In my opinion, you probably should be using something else. At number 3 we have Starfire Protocol. One of the coolest sounding exotics in the game, but not one of the better ones. It's an exotic for a certain playstyle that most people don't usually go with. If you do, you're probably using another exotic. This is kind of rating on how much people use the exotics, how much you see them. If you see them using it, then it means it's good, but you don't see a lot of people using these exotics. So this exotic perk is you are able to carry another fusion grenade. Now for you warlocks, I don't know what you use. They're using fusion grenades. This is something you want to use, but the odds are you won't probably throw on like a Light Beyond Nemesis if I were you. So that is why this one is on the list. Moving on to number 2, we have the ATS-8 Arachnid. This is a hunter helmet, and I don't like spiders. Again, rashing on the looks. This helmet, man. This helmet has perk that I don't see to be handy at all. Your golden gun can zoom in for accuracy when aimed. That's cool. I'm already able to aim a golden gun as it is, and I miss a couple shots, but you know, most of them hit. And I don't think I need this. Again, I'm gonna say it. It's a waste of an exotic. And finally, at number 1, we have the Radiant Dance Machines. Tell yourself this: how many times have you seen someone wear these that are serious about them? I mean, they actually enjoy using them. Perk is you're able to move faster while aiming, and the only time I've ever really done that is back at like in Uncharted 2, back when you would make a circle with your analog stick and try to avoid the bullets. This is Destiny though, and although that may allow you to dodge a couple of bullets, maybe like 3 out of the 30 that are coming at you, it's not going to help you in the long run. Of course, you're going to have to adjust your aim because you're moving, and it's just 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Also, let's go back to aesthetics here and look at it. Looks like you're not wearing anything. You're just wearing shin guards. See-through jelly shin guards that are green. So anyway guys, that's been it for me. If you guys enjoyed, give it a like. If you want to see more, top whatever I may do, subscribe. And of course, if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. Whether it's a top 7, 10, 5, whatever. Or any exotics you think are awful or you think are way better than I said they are. Thanks to Malcolm Hamilton for requesting this. I changed it to top 7 because I already explained that at the beginning. So again, that's been it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.